What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It is Chandler Wilkerson. Welcome to this inaugural podcast. We're calling it Chopping It Up, people. I want to know why? Because A, we're going to chop it up, of course, and B, we're talking about the Atlanta Braves. We're chopping up these boys. I love these boys, man. This is going to be a Braves-based podcast, really an Atlanta sports-based podcast, but I'm calling it Chopping Up. Chopping It Up podcast. Here we go. Y'all want to know how the game ended yesterday? Y'all want to know how the game ended yesterday? Hold on, let me pull this up for you because, oh my goodness. Listen to Chip Carey on the call for this.
A lot in motion in this ninth inning. 2 outs. Ground ball. Olsen's got it. Take it to the bag. Matt, he'll dive and win the race. And the Braves have swept the Rockies.
Wow. Way to end this ball.
All right, you can hear everyone could take a breath after that for sure. Peter Moylan was holding his breath all the way, and rightfully so, because that game was absolutely wild from beginning to end. That whole series was absolutely wild. I can't believe it went down the way it did because, one, that is the first time the Braves have ever swept the Rockies at Coors Field, and they did it in a 4-game series, so that was just unbelievable. Braves win 8-7, improved to 28-27. They are now a game over 500 after a 5-game win streak, and they will have an off day today before they come to Atlanta and begin a series, a 2-game series with the Oakland Athletics on Tuesday. Kyle Wright will be set to start on that Tuesday game for the Braves, and the Braves have an absolutely favorable schedule coming up. These next few series are absolute. The Braves can do absolute damage here. 2 games against Oakland at home. Then the Pittsburgh Pirates come to town for a 4-game series. And after that, the Braves will pack up and go to Washington for a 3-game series with the last place Nationals. And then a 3-game series at Wrigley Field with the Cubs in Chicago. So those are, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 games that they are all favored. I would say they're all favored to win, barring any, terrible situations that happen. But things do toughen up after that. Going into the later part of June, starting the 20th, they will actually come back home to Atlanta, and they will host San Francisco for 4 games, the Dodgers for 3 games. That will be Freddie Freeman's return to Atlanta. We'll see how that goes. Matter of fact, that is a Fox game on Saturday and an ESPN game on Sunday, so they will be covering that extensively. And right after that, Braves will have an off day that next Monday on June 27th, and then the Phillies, they'll have the Phillies for a 3-game series in Philadelphia starting June 28th. So that's a pretty tough 10-game stretch after this 12-game stretch. So I think the Braves should really, really take advantage of these next 12 games. I say we go 10-2. I know that's a pretty high. It's a pretty high goal, but I mean, these guys are really rolling right now, 5 in a row, and I don't see anything really stopping them. Anyway, let's go back and recap yesterday's game because I want to talk about that a little bit. Yesterday's game was kind of cray. I'm going to go to the box score here. Give me just a second. Yeah. So yesterday, the final was 8-7. Braves, 8 runs, 11 hits, 1 error. Colorado, 7 runs, 12 hits, 2 errors. That did cost them in the end, those 2 errors. Somehow, some way, Charlie Morton gets the win. 5 innings pitched after the horrible first inning he had. 3 earned runs, bunch of pitches, ton of pitches in the first 3 innings. Don't know how we got him through 5. He didn't have his stuff. And, I kind of sort of expected that, being in Coors Field and Charlie Morton being a guy that is so reliant on his curveball to get strikeouts, and the way the spin rate just absolutely goes dramatically down in Coors Field because of the thin air. But 5 innings pitched for Charlie Morton, 4 earned runs, 8 strikeouts still, even without his best stuff, and he walked 3 guys. Feltner for the Rockies as bad as Morton was, that guy was just a little bit worse. He went 3 innings with 6 earned runs, 3 strikeouts, and a walk. Kenley Jansen got the save, his 14th. He did allow a home run that kind of made us gasp a little bit because that was to Charlie Blackmon, who we just can't get out. One of those guys that the Braves just can't get out. Can't get Charlie Blackmon out. Can't get Garrett Cooper out. Can't get all these guys out. Just put them on the Braves killer list, and we will keep on going. But some things to hit on here. Matt Olson delivered the first big blow in the game. After the game was tied in the first inning by the Rockies, the Braves dropped out to a 3-0 lead, and the Rockies come back, put 3 in the bottom of the first inning. The second inning, the tank right now that is Matt Olson, who is just a road RBI guy, I guess. He delivered the first big blow of the game. I'm going to pull that up real quick, and Chip Carey on the call. In the second inning, we got a rally going. It's first and third, 2 outs. You're thinking, Braves might not score. And then old Matt Olson comes to town and shows us who the man is.
He takes off the pitch. High fly ball belted deep center field at the track, at the wall. It's way out of here.
That was an absolute bomb.
Gone forever, Aaron Hernandez.
Yeah, you know. Coach Kent Murphy says it best. So that put the Braves up 6-3. They eventually get up 7-3, 7-4. Rockies are trying to kind of crawl back in a little bit. So it's 7-4 in the top of the 8th. And then the big stick of Ronald Acuna, who had 4 singles up until this point, by the way. Or maybe it was 3 singles. 3 singles up until this point. So he was 3 for 4. He was going well. He was getting on base. 2 outs here in the 8th inning, nobody on.
Swing and a drive. That's not a single. That is a missile.
And that was absolutely not a single. That was a 41-foot bomb by the Braves right fielder and franchise centerpiece. We absolutely love that guy. I will not tolerate any slander about Ronald Acuna Jr. I will not tolerate it. Argue with your mother, because you're not going to be arguing with me. Absolutely not. So all that to say, the Braves end up winning 8-7 in another close game. And what a road trip for these guys. An absolutely challenging road trip that the Braves, they come out on top somehow, because the first 2 games of the road trip were just absolutely horrendous. The first 2 games, the Braves actually, let's see, they go to Arizona. You know, they're getting acquainted with the West Coast jet lag, whatever. Or reverse jet lag, however that crap works from the East Coast to the West Coast. So Arizona beats them first game, 6-2. Zach Gallen was on the mound. The guy's been pitching out of his mind this year. So whatever. I mean, the Braves probably shouldn't have lost that game, but we continue to throw Marcell Ozuna out there in left field, and he constantly costs us runs, and we keep doing it. We stopped, and we've been on a 5-game win streak ever since. I mean, come on. The correlation is kind of there. But anyway, so the second game, the Braves are up 6-2 in that game, and it's a late start. I'm getting ready to go to bed. I said, all right, the bullpen probably has this at hand. I'm going to bed. I wake up the next morning. We lost 8-7 in 10 innings, and I'm like, oh, my gosh. Bullpen blows that game, and then we actually hear from Brian Snitker that, okay, this has been sloppy. We don't want to do this anymore. We need to do better. And ever since then, boy, have they been doing better. Next game, Kyle Wright goes out, does Kyle Wright things. Braves touch up Madison Bumgarner. They win 6-0 to close out the series in Arizona. And you're like, okay, well, at least we got out of there with 1 win, because it was looking really bad up until that point. They get to Colorado. The Bats absolutely wake up. They score 13 runs in the first game, win 13-6. The second game, man, this Rocky series was really strange. The second game, for the second time in regular season history, that game went into extra innings at Coors Field, 0-0. But the big stick of Matt Olson picks us up again in the 10th inning. Braves score 3 in the 10th, win 3-1. The next game, another extra inning game. That one goes into extra innings 1-1. After a wild 11-inning game, 6-2, the Braves won. At that point, they had won 4 in a row, and we're thinking, okay, we're back to 500. And then Sunday, all that happened. The Braves are over 500 right now, and they got a favorable schedule coming up. And eventually, the Mickey Mouse Dodgers will come to town this weekend or this month. So can't wait for that. Yay! Doesn't matter. Braves in 6. Nah, Braves in 5. We'll see. But this team looks really good right now. I'm really excited, and I'm going to leave it at that for now. Thank you, guys. I really appreciate it. If you want to hear more, always follow me on social media, BigCountry_6 on Instagram, BigCountry_6 on Twitter. Also, if you've never heard of Karvelas Pizza Company, you have to try it. We have 4 locations. Karvelas Pizza Company is the official sponsor of the Choppin It Up podcast, and I can say that because I market it. Yeah. Karvelas Pizza, guys. Hogansville, LaGrange, Noonan, and West Point, and coming soon, Opelika, Alabama. Get ready, Auburn, Opelika area. Some good pizza coming your way. Good pizza, good wings, fantastic appetizers, cold beer. You're going to love it. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Choppin' It Up podcast. Thank you yet again. And I'm signing off straight from the deck. I'm not from Decatur, but it doesn't matter. This song is just a classic. I was 2 years old when this song came out, but it's all good. So if you want to hear more, let me know. Really excited. Go Braves.